Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Advanced Pokemon Enterprise Season 3. This is Week 2, my name is DemonBattler, and as you know, I am the coach of the Vegas Golden Sirnights. Today we are going to be battling against the Appleton Appletuns, coached by Strawbocker. And this is actually going to be an interesting matchup. He's currently 1-0 with a +3 differential compared to our 0-1 -2. So we are a bit at a disadvantage in that regard, but I think it's going to be a fun match nonetheless. So, taking a look at his team, we can see he has a fairly scary team right here. He has a Palafin, which has access to 0 to Hero, so we definitely have to keep that in mind. I'm fully expecting a switching team here. And looking at the rest of the team, Goldango is a terrifying Mon. Cinderace could be really terrifying because it still has Libero, which even with the Gen 9 nerf is still a pretty effective ability. Gliscor is there, and Gliscor, while one of my favorite Pokemon, is also one of the biggest pains in the ass to deal with. Glimmora is a pretty interesting Pokemon, and I can definitely see it being a lead-in Pokemon to get Toxic Spikes out. Alolan Ninetales is pretty strong. Zarude is of course a really strong Pokemon. Jolteon's really strong. Appleton is definitely a bit of a wild card, as well as Alolan Sandslash. And then finally, Phalanx rings out the corner, which is actually still a pretty decent Pokemon on its own. So, looking at the crew, I think that this is going to be the 6 Pokemon he brings. I definitely feel like Palafin and Goldango are definite includes here. Cinderace might be, but I'm not 100% sure. Gliscor, I'm pretty sure, is going to be because it's a very solid defensive wall. Zarude and Jolteon are definitely good options, and I'm willing to bet they're going to be coming in. Glimmora is probably the one Pokemon that is not listed here that I'm concerned about, for the most part, but I'm really certain that we have a decent chance here. So, with these Pokemon in mind, and again, planning for the other Pokemon just in case, this is the team we are bringing to today's match. We have Luna, our Cresselia, who is actually here to be mostly defensive, mostly a general bulk Mon, but with access to Calm Mind, Ice Beam, and Moonblast, it could be a pretty decent special attacker. Physical defense, honestly, I'm not as worried on physical defense on its own because of our next Pokemon, but we'll get to that in a moment. And then Moonlight can help with recovery as well as the leftovers. And honestly, Ice Beam is mostly there to deal with Gliscor as a potential threat, but it also can deal with Appleton, and it can also deal pretty decent damage to pretty much anything that isn't Palafin or Goldango. Then we have Coco, the Tapu Koko, coming in again, this time carrying the Light Clay and going on a slightly more defensive setup. It has max speed, which is kind of important. Most of its other stats is going into special attack and going into bulk, but it's going a little more of a defensive screen setting role. So it has U-Turn, Reflect, Thunderbolt, and Light Screen, and it's carrying the Light Clay. So this will help give our team a little bit of defensive boost, and thankfully we don't have to worry about an Iron X Paradox Pokemon, so we can keep the Electric Surge out on the field without too much trouble. Then we have Evangeline coming in once again. She has the she has the Lumberry, and pretty much the same general stat spread: max attack, max speed, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch is there actually to deal with Palafin specifically, as well as also getting the power boost from the electric terrain. And actually, does it? I don't remember if it does or not because it's levitating. Oh well, we'll figure that out. But the other thing to note is it's our Terra Captain. Yes, during the in-between matches, we actually made a slight modification. We ended up taking the Terra Captain role away from Furfrou and Hitmonchan, and as such, used those as well as our spare points to go into Flygon. So Flygon and Heatran are both our Terra Captains now. But Flygon is here, basically, again, set up and deal as much damage as possible. The only thing that it really gets walled by is Gliscor, but that's okay because of the fact that we have other Pokemon to deal with that. Then we have Helios, the Heatran, coming in again, rocking the Assault Vest. and it's basically going to be a bit of a faster attacker. We have Timid Nature, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, and then we have Earth Power, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, and Flame Charge. Flame Charge basically gives us a pseudo Choice Scarf, because after launching it once, we get a +1 speed, which is actually kind of helpful. And between Flamethrower, Earth Power, and Dragon Pulse, we pretty much hit almost everything super effectively that we're worried about. And we also have the Terra-type Fire, so if we really are worried about ground-type attacks, we can at least Terra-type into that, give ourselves only a 2x weakness, and it boosts our Flamethrower and Flame Charge pretty good, so that's important. And then next we have Ray, the Hawlucha, who is once again carrying the Electric Seed. Yeah, right now we're kind of going second first, same as the first, but you know, we're going to see what happens. Jolly Nature with Acrobatics, Sword Stance, Drain Punch, and Fire Punch. Basically, I figure Fire Punch can help to deal with Alolan Ninetales, and it can also help specifically to deal with Goldango. And then Sword Stance, between the electric terrain boosting defense with the Electric Seed and Coco's Screens, I feel like we should be able to get up a Sword Stance and then just Drain Punch, Fire Punch, or straight up Acrobatics anything until it dies. Or at the very least, deal a lot of damage to everything until Ray finally goes down. And then finally, we have Lola the Sylveon, who is carrying the leftovers and is, again, a bit of a defensive Pokemon here. Calm Mind, Hyper Voice, Mystical Fire, and Protect. Protect is there specifically so that way it could boost up it can restore some health while it's setting up. Hyper Voice will let us deal with anything that has Substitute going. And Mystical Fire, once again, is there to kind of deal with Goldango, as well as Alolan Ninetales. While it's not the most effective coverage move, it at least is something, and honestly, the fact that we have a Fire-type attack for it is already a pretty significant bump. So, with that being said, time to get into the battle. Hopefully we can come back and set our record into a parity. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into battle. Alright, now we're into the battle, and looking at his team, holy hell, we were way off the mark here. Sandslash, Glimmora, Ninetales, yikes. We got 3 of them right. Unfortunately, the 3 we got wrong are actually kind of a significant problem, so... Yikes, yeah, that's gonna be big. Alright, so we need to figure out who we're gonna start with here. I feel like he might start... I feel like Glimmora is probably going to be the one he starts with, and that's kind of an issue. Wow, unfortunately we don't... I just realized we don't actually have a way to deal with those the Toxic Spikes, so that's kind of concerning. Oh boy. Alright, so, let's see how we're going to start things out here. I kind of feel like... Honestly, I feel like our best bet is just to start with Tapu Koko. Yeah, let's start with Tapu Koko, see what happens. Glimora's out. Okay. So it's probably going to have Toxic Debris, so we definitely need to keep that in mind. I don't remember if Toxic Debris will affect non-contact moves or not. But definitely going to have to be careful. If I remember correctly, I believe Glimmora is a special attacker, and it is poison, so we definitely need to keep that in mind. We're going... Honestly... Well, actually thinking about it, 4 of our team are actually immune to Toxic Spikes entirely, so it's not that bad. But... definitely want to be careful. I say we go for the light screen. Start off, get a little bit defensive here. Yeah, we're going to go for that. Switching the Gliscor. Okay. That's actually slightly concerning. Mainly because of the fact that means that we're definitely dealing with a defensive Pokemon. But that's okay. We're going to... this is actually a slight hiccup. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to U-turn. Because I'm pretty sure he knows that if we reflect, he's going to go for an earthquake. Now the question is... Okay, the question is, does he expect us to... Is he going to go for an earthquake? Which, if he does, then our best bet would be to switch into Luna. Or is he going to go for a Toxic? If he goes for a Toxic, Luna's going to be pretty much screwed. But, at the same time, I feel like he's just going to try to go for quick damage. Especially knowing that I would probably set up Reflect. So... I think our best bet would be to switch into Luna. I mean, he's gonna... Either way, he's gonna throw into a Toxic at some point anyway, so we might as well. So we're gonna switch, bringing up Luna, and he went for the Earthquake. Okay, good, good. So we're a little bit safe there. He's probably going to go... I feel like he might go for a knockoff, actually. But Gliscor is not going to take a lot of damage. Well, Gliscor is going to deal a decent amount of damage, but not a lot. But this also gives us a chance to go for an Ice Beam and nail him pretty solid, so... I think the issue specifically is the fact... I really wish we had gone for Reflect turn 1 instead. But we're going to go ahead... Well, okay. I am expecting knockoff. That's my big issue. What is he gonna go for? Unfortunately, none of my Pokemon can really deal with Gliscor except for Luna. But Luna kind of needs that... Well, Luna has Moonlight, so I guess we are okay to go for an Ice Beam. Defog, okay. Okay, you know what? That's not too bad. That did a lot more than I expected, and I'm willing to bet he's probably going to go for a Roost now. So... yeah, you know what? We're going to Calm Mind. If he switches, then so be it. But if he Roosts, then the Calm Mind's going to make it a little harder for him to actually outlast us. And if he Toxics, then so be it. Protects. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Now he has... So he's got Earthquake, Defog, Protect. That means he's either doesn't have Knockoff or he doesn't have Toxic. So... we're going to Ice Beam. He's got U-turn. Okay, that's not bad. I'm okay with that. And whatever comes in is taking a Ice Beam here. Ninetales. Okay. I'm okay with that. So the question now becomes, what are we going to deal with Ninetales here? We can... I don't know what he's going to do. He probably is going to Aurora Veil, which will be kind of defensive. But I feel like Moonblast is okay. +1 Moonblast is going to do a lot. Oh, that Hypnosis is big. That Moonblast actually didn't do a whole lot, but that's okay. I'm actually kind of sad, though, that the Hypnosis missed just because of the fact that it's at a -1 evasion, too. Okay, so the question now... honestly, as much as I want to keep Lunala... As much as I want to keep Luna in, I feel like we need to switch. Coco can prevent us from falling asleep. And honestly, I feel like it's going to be a lot scarier otherwise. So we're going to do that. Okay. Good. That's very good. I feel like he's going to switch now. 348, 394. So... yeah, definitely... well, it might be choiced, but I don't think so. And even if it is, it's definitely going to be switching out now, so... we're going to actually set up a Reflect here. There's the Gliscor. And then we're going to U-turn. If he protects, then so be it, but... We have Electric Turret, we have Reflect up, and he's either going to just defog again, which if he does, then so be it. Well, actually, he might U-turn. Well, if he U-turns, then there's nothing we can really do about that, honestly. The question now becomes... Okay, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna switch into Hawlucha. If he takes the hit, if he goes for defog, then so be it. But we're gonna get the boost anyway. And he can't Earthquake. He's just going to... He's probably just gonna U-turn. So we're gonna Swords Dance. We're gonna... Basically, this is going to be our chance to punch everything in the face really fucking hard. Even if Hawlucha doesn't take everyone down, he's going to be a massive wall breaker from here on. Because Gliscor does not have a way to deal with it. If Gliscor wants to protect, then Gliscor can protect, that's fine. But this is going to hurt. This is going to give a +2, and if he decides to protect after that, then so be it. Acrobatic spam is just going to hurt a lot. This can actually be a big problem for him if he's not careful. And there's the U-turn. Okay. Also, the snow's still active, which... I'm trying to remember. I think that's... Does that mean, then, that Ninetales is holding the Ice Rock? Okay. Rock Poison. I don't know what it's going to be able to do. We're just going to Drain Punch. We're going to Drain Punch, see what we deal. That deals a lot. And Toxic Debris kicks in. Okay. Good. Drain Punch is still going to deal a lot again. And, well, actually, wait, is he going to... No, if he switches into Goldango, then so be it. That's fine. Goldango's still going to take a massive hit here. Alright, Glamora is down, and Toxic Debris does kick in, so now we're at Toxic damage, which, at the moment, really is only going to affect Coco and Sylveon, so... it kind of rocks. It kind of sucks there, but I'm okay with that. Honestly, Ray is going to stay in as long as he can and just deal as much damage as possible here. This is going to be a battle of attrition, I can already tell. The only Pokemon, honestly, the only Pokemon I think I'm really worried about at this point is Goldango, just because I don't know if Goldango is going to handle... Okay. Snow Cloak, Oh, and the snow's gone too. That's actually really rough for him. The question now, though, is... Actually, no. Drain Punch does a lot, but honestly, I think Fire Punch does just as much. And if he switches into Goldango expecting the Drain Punch, then... oh well. Fire Punch. Fairy type. Ooh, that's kind of big. Triple Axle, ow, ow, and there's the third. Okay. I kind of forgot that Sandslash is his Terra Captain, so that's a bit of a problem. But that's okay. Okay, that's fine though. Sandslash is still fairly slow, and I think we actually have a pretty solid chance here. So, let's see. We don't actually... Oh, actually, think about it. We don't really have a consistent way of dealing with it now that I think about it. Or, well, more accurately, we don't have a way of effectively dealing with a fairy type hit all at once. Probably, I really wish I had thought about that ahead of time, but oh well. Okay. We're going to switch... Oh, this is actually a really tough one, because... Ice Spinner is kind of important. Triple Axle is a problem, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, we're gonna switch into Helios. Helios is immune, so we're not that worried about that. Now the real question boils down to, do we want to Terra and go Flame Charge, get a big boost, and then get a speed buff to help us out? The electric type Evangeline would be useful, but unfortunately not super helpful at the moment, considering he still has 2 ice types active. So I think the best play would be to Terra. Well, the problem is, if we do that with Helios, then Helios has to stay in until it goes down, because then it's going to get poisoned. But at the same time, I don't really see anything that having steel typing really helps too much with. So yeah, you know what? We're going to Terra. Terra and Flame Charge. Alright. And we get a boost. We get a speed boost. So now the question is, how are we going to deal with Gliscor specifically? Flamethrower. Okay. Earthquake could be a big problem, but I don't think Gliscor is going to do enough. So you know what? We're going to actually go for the Flamethrower, deal as much damage as we can. He's going to Earthquake. I know he's going to Earthquake. But I don't think he got it, so we're going to... Okay, well, let me rephrase. I know he's got it. Unfortunately, I don't think... Yeah, I really wish we had Eruption at this point, but Flamethrower can do a lot. Earthquake will probably kill. Flamethrower's going to do a lot. I don't know if Earthquake's going to be enough to kill at only Fire type. We're going to try it. We're going to Flamethrower. We're going to see what happens. If Earthquake's enough to kill us from there, then so be it. Flamethrower at the very least should do a lot of damage here. Even if he goes into Earthquake, if he goes Earthquake, I'm gonna be a little surprised because I have 2 mons that are still immune. But at the same time, I guess this might be a case of do what he can. I don't think Flamethrower is gonna be enough to kill. Protect. Oh, that's okay. Okay, so now he protected. Honestly, I feel like Flamethrower is still the right call, because if he he's gonna go for Earthquake, sure, but if I switch, then he gets another free Protect. Well, I say that. Well, yeah, he's gonna get another free Protect, but I guess if we switch into Luna, then we could just Calm Mind and put him in a bad position again. Well, I say that. Goldango's still in the back. We really need Helios for that, though. That's the big issue. Okay. He's either going to Earthquake or U-turn. I think he's going to go for Earthquake. So... Oh, man. This is actually really rough. We're going to... Well, if he switches into Luna... If we switch into Luna... Ninetale still deals a lot of damage. Or, Moonblast can still deal decent damage, but... Okay. Honestly, we're going to switch into Evangeline. We can, assuming he doesn't U-turn, we can at least Dragon Dance next turn. He went for the Earthquake. Okay. Unfortunately, Gliscor is close to full health again, which is bad, but I'm okay with that. We're just going to hit Dragon Dance. If he's going to U-turn, that's fine, but now we actually have a decent chance of dealing with his problem. If he goes into Zarude and outspeeds us, if it's Scarf, then so be it, but we're strong enough that we should be able to Earthquake and take down pretty much everything else except for Zarude, I think. Or at the very least, Goldango will take a lot of damage. And then Zarude, I don't think Zarude really has a good way of dealing with Helios, nor does it really have a good way of dealing with Sylveon. So I feel like we're in a decent position here. Okay, there's Zarude. Problem now becomes, what the hell is he planning on? I'm not entirely sure, but looking at his team, Dragon Claw can do a lot to him. It can do decent damage to Gliscor. Earthquake's not going to do a lot, so... And Thunder Punch at the moment isn't going to do a lot anyway, so we're just going to Dragon Claw. Do what we can, hit what we can, Power Whip. Ooh, I don't think that crit matters, but Zarude is going to be in pain now, so... The question, honestly the real question now is, what is he planning? If he's Scarfed. If he's Scarfed, then it's a little eh. Okay. This is actually really tough. The fact that it's Power Whip is a bit concerning, but I'm not... Okay, well... Damn. The question, I guess the real question is, do we just go into Helios and click Flamethrower? We're not going to be faster than Gliscor, unfortunately, but... Even if he switches in... Actually, no. I think Cresselia is the best choice. Power Whip is not going to one-shot for sure. And if it's choice, then he's either going to have to deal damage and switch, or switch. Ice Beam, I think, could be pretty solid. Ice Beam could be solid. Moonblast can also be solid. I don't think he's going to switch into Gliscor, though, so I think Moonblast is the better play. Okay, there's the U-turn. If he switches into Gliscor, I'm going to be shocked, but I'll give him props. And if he switches into Goldango, then oh well, we're just going to have to deal with it. But literally anything else, Moonblast will deal decent damage to. Okay, that's okay. Moonblast does enough. Okay, if Strawbocker wants to rely on Hypnosis, then so be it. We're Moonblasting again. Aurora Veil. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, you know what? That's okay though. One more Moonblast should finish him off, and we should heal up a little bit in the process. Well, wait. If he wants to switch... If he switches now... Actually, yeah, thinking about it, switching into Coco's the better play, because if he tries to go for Hypnosis, we'll be faster, we could set up a screen. He went for Hypnosis anyway. Okay. Now, we have to decide what we're going to do here. The Aurora Veil is going to last a little while, which is a problem. But... Okay, so Zarude, looking at it, Ninetales is special attacker, but Sandslash, Gliscor, Zarude, and Goldango are all physical. I say we go for Reflect now. Ninetales is not going to last much longer. I say we Reflect now, and then we could pick what we're going to do from after that. I don't think Ninetales is gonna stay. I don't know if Ninetales is necessarily gonna stay. He might go for a Blizzard, but I don't think so. He's also fast. He's also slower than us too, so I'm not as worried in that regard. Ooh, Blizzard did a lot, and we get one turn to survive. Does Coco actually... We're gonna actually U-turn. Or... Do I expect him to have... Wait. Do I expect Ninetales to have Protect? I don't. We're gonna U-turn. We're gonna U-turn, because if nothing else, we can set up Coco one more time with Electric Terrain. Okay. So we're gonna switch into Helios. And this does put us into a slightly rough situation, but I'm not as worried there. Okay, so 3 turns of snow. We're just gonna go for the Flamethrower. Okay, Flamethrower. Oh, that did a lot. That actually really did a lot. The question now is he gonna outspeed? I feel like he's gonna outspeed us. I think he's going to outspeed, which is a slight issue. Goldango is still in perfect health, which is a pain in the ass, because we need Helios at high health for that. The rest of his team is actually pretty knackered, so... Ah, man. I'm honestly scared he's going to be more defensive. I'm really scared that he's more speedy. So 317 to 278. Yeah, I think he's going to be faster. So we're going to switch to Luna. He protected. Okay. He wanted that extra heal. He's gonna switch. I feel like he's gonna switch into Goldango. Which, if he switches into if he switches into Goldango, then we're in the same boat as before. But I don't know if Goldango does have ghost attacks, so that can deal some damage. But we have Reflect active. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna Calm Mind. Yeah, we're gonna Calm Mind. There's Goldango. And now the question is, I almost want to scout it to see how much damage Goldango can do, but I'm also scared that it's not going to be enough. Or I'm scared that we're not going to be able to do anything significant, so we're going to Moonblast. I want to see how much damage we can at least deal with Goldango, and then figure it out from there. Okay, so we're faster. I'm actually a little surprised. Oh, Nasty Plot is a problem. Okay, so that's actually good news. So we're definitely faster. So unless he's going to go for Trick Room, which I don't think he's going to, we actually can outspeed and potentially take him down. So, you know what? Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to switch into Heatran. Shadow Ball does a lot, but we're faster. Flamethrower is going to hurt anything that pops up. So we're just going to go straight to Flamethrower. Zarude. Okay, that's fine. Zarude goes down. Helios has one turn left, and I feel like... That's actually a huge problem for us. He's either... That's actually really bad for us, now that I think about it. Helios, I still need to deal with Goldengo, potentially, unless I can set up Lola. Okay. We need to figure out how we're doing. Luna... Okay, the thing is, I don't think Luna's necessarily useful at this point. So... We're gonna switch into Luna. Aurora Veil. Okay, that's a problem. But we're going to... Alright, we're gonna Moonblast. And we get... Okay, well, you know what? It took 3 tries. He finally got to sleep. They deserve it. So... We're gonna Moonblast. We're gonna click. Oh, first turn, wake up. Nice. Okay. And that was actually not enough to do. That wasn't enough to take it down, which is a problem, but I'm okay with that. Bone Claws. Oh, that's gonna be a slight hiccup. Alright, now we go for Moonblast. Try to do what we can. 1, 2, 3. That does a lot. Moonblast is down. We need to try to last long enough. Oh, the Aurora Veil's gone. Oh. Oh, I thought it had Light Clay active. Okay. Okay. That's not too bad. Goldango is here. I don't know how much damage it's going to do. That's the big issue. But we can't... We have 2 problems here. The first problem lies in the fact that... It lies in the fact that it can set up Nasty Plot. The second problem lies in the fact that we don't have a way to actually take it down. So, if it goes for Nasty Plot, we're in trouble. If it goes for Shadow Ball, I'm actually not as concerned. But I feel like we might also potentially be able to outlast it. We're gonna Moonlight. Oh! I forgot that. I did not realize the snow actually impacts that. That's actually a problem. So, okay, so Nala lost a lot there. It lost 35%. I think if we Calm Mind, there's a chance that we can survive another hit. Let's take a chance. We're gonna have to take a chance. Okay, no, it was enough to kill. Damn. It has Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball. This is a problem. Okay, our best goal... If Goldango has Protect, we're in trouble. But Helios can at least deal... Helios should realistically be able to take down one thing with Flamethrower. Or at the very least deal a massive amount of damage to Goldango if it stays. There's the Ninetales. Okay. Ninetales is gone. Helios loses a little bit of health. And there's Gliscor. And Gliscor, I am expecting to Protect. Just for the sake of making sure it has it. Okay. I kind of want to... I don't like the idea of trusting Goldango versus Sylveon, but, so I need Helios to stay. And the fact that he switched instead of using Protect tells me that he probably doesn't have Protect on Goldango. We're going to switch into Coco. We're going to switch into Coco. He went Protect. Coco goes down. Okay, so now we have to try this. We're going to Calm Mind. And this is going to be where it gets difficult. The fact that Gliscor has Protect is what makes this really rough, because he could potentially Protect stall and stall us out with Toxic. But if he protects now, he might not know what I'm planning, like what I have. But if he protects now, there's Earthquake. Okay, there's Calm Mind. We're gonna Hyper Voice. If he protects, he protects. Ah, damn, I was hoping that was gonna be enough to kill. Okay, we're gonna Hyper Voice again. He's gonna protect. And Earthquake is gonna be a roll, which is rough. But we have to take the chance. He switches into Goldango. Okay, we're slower. Okay, now we go for the Mystical Fire. What is he? Recover? Wait, he's faster? What the hell? 293 to 150. Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be GG, because Helios, at best, can take one of them down, unless he's got Protect. He lets Goldango down, and, yep, Helios falls. So it's a 1-0 GG. It's a 1-0 loss with Gliscor, my favorite among his team, mind you, being the sole survivor. Oh, boy. You know what? I can't even be mad. That was a really good match, and it got a lot closer than I expected. So you know what? I'm okay with that. So, let's go into the post-game and talk about the battle. Well, in the end, we fell just short of victory, and the Appleton Appletuns managed to sneak a win by the thinnest of margins. But, you know what? I'm okay with it. Not only was it a very close match, but on top of it, Gliscor is one of my favorite Pokemon, period. So, losing to Gliscor, I will take that. I'm okay with that. So, looking at the team, we have to decide our weekly MVP, and honestly, I'd say it has to easily be Heatran. Helios just did so much work. She was incredible here. Not only did she threaten most of Strawbocker's team all on her own, but on top of that, the combination of Flame Charge and Flamethrower allowed for a lot of solid damage, and the Flame Charge boost actually kind of made a difference in terms of the speed tier. And surprisingly, I didn't even know this, but with the way our stats were spread out, we actually outsped Gliscor in general, so, and the Earthquake wouldn't have been able to kill as Terra Fire in one hit. So we could have potentially actually taken down Gliscor with 2 flamethrowers. So that alone just goes to show how strong Helios really was in that battle. So even though we lost, Helios put up a lot of work, and quite frankly, I'm okay with the way that it ended up. It was a lot closer than I expected, especially with the Toxic Spikes in play. But now we look forward to next week, where we are facing off against the St. Louis Sableyes, hosted by Ladner. Those of you who don't know, Ladner was in the season, the previous season. He was actually the one that pioneered Kokolucha in the Advanced Pokemon Enterprise last season, and he actually won the division using that team. So, kind of a lot to worry about here. Now, as of recording this, Ladner has not performed his second week's match, so we do not know what his record is going to be. However, we do know that Ladner in general is a fairly strong battler and a fairly strong planner, so definitely expecting it to be a rough match. But as with any other match, we're going to try our damnedest to plan ahead, take care of things, and hopefully get a win into the column. So, with that being said, everyone, this was week 2. My name is DemonBattler. We will see you guys next week. Have a great one.